Hey guys, today I have another Tarkov exploit video for you, where we're going to be taking advantage of Tarkov's current game mechanics. A lot of top streamers and content creators use these exploits every single day, so I just want to make sure you guys were informed. If you haven't seen the last exploit video I did, be sure to check that out because there's a lot of great tips in that one as well. I'll link that below. And in the comment section of the last video, a lot of you were submitting your own exploits that I didn't even know about, so I decided to make another exploit video and include those in this one. If you were the first one to comment that exploit, I was sure to credit you in the video. With that being said, if you have any exploits that you want to share, be sure to comment them below and maybe I'll make another exploit video if we get enough good ones. So thank you guys for collaborating. Let's jump into it. This first one was an awesome one and it was submitted by TomatoFell and Samuel V. If you want to cancel your ADS and lower your weapon without the enemy hearing, all you have to do is hit your overhead blind fire key. I rebound mine to G, that way I only have to do one single button press to do it. You could also do the right side blind fire peek, but that animation takes a little bit longer in my opinion. If you're proned out and you want to cancel your ADS, all you have to do is check your fire mode. Don't switch your fire mode, just check it, and that will cancel the ADS without any sound as well. So just to make sure, I wanted to check both sides, whether the enemy would hear it or not. So I loaded in with my other account and checked to make sure overhead blind fire was canceling out the audio. And sure enough, it did just perfectly. This next one is an interesting one, submitted by Oblivion Gaming. Something that's extremely annoying in this game is when your PMC is running out of stamina and starts breathing for about 10 seconds until they've regained stamina, even when you're in the green. So this next one cancels that audio sound when you hold ADS and then hold your breath while you're ADS'd. The default key to do this is left alt while you're aimed in. I have mine rebound to shift, so it works the same way. As you can see, as I hit shift, my PMC stops breathing hard, and then once you get into the green, you're good to go. But if you hold your breath and let go before you're out of the red, it's gonna still breathe hard, and you'll have to do it again until you get into the green. This cancel also works for your PMC's voice in general. So if you do a mumble or a voice line, it cancels out the end of that voice line. I can't think of anything useful for a voice line to cut off, but I thought it was interesting to include.
Oh, they got me.
And like the exploit before, I wanted to make sure I checked it for both parties. So unfortunately for us, this one is client side. So even though your breath is cutting off on your side, it's not going to be cutting off for the enemy. As you can see, I'm aimed down sight, and on the other end, I am holding shift or tapping shift. It would be your left alt, and the audio is not cutting out. Same thing goes for mumble. So it does not cut off the audio for the enemies, but I will be using it to shut my PMC up when they're breathing heavy.
Sure.
So this next exploit is as old as Tarkov. If you didn't know, all tactical devices give some sort of hipfire or point fire accuracy boost. The categories we have is flashlights, laser target pointers, and tactical combo devices. I would stay away from those in the flashlights because they don't really give that much of an accuracy boost, as you'll see here in a moment. So as long as you're using a device that's in the other two categories, you're going to get that point fire bonus, but the real exploit is a certain mode on some of the devices, which is called the IR Searchlight. It's essentially invisible to enemies, yet you're still getting the buff. If you already understand how the hipfire or point fire accuracy boost works, feel free to skip this section. But for those who don't, I wanted to demonstrate it real quick. This is point firing without any sort of tactical device on it. As you can see, it's pretty erratic and hard to control. Here, I'm gonna add a normal flashlight in that first category that I told you to stay away from. This is the Predator. And as you can tell, the accuracy is fairly similar to that without a device. Next, we have the X400, and we're going to be using the laser mode. Keep in mind, you could also use the standalone flashlight mode, and it still works just as well. And as you can see, it's a much tighter spread than the other two. And next, we have the Holosun. Really, the only thing we're interested on this Holosun is the IR Searchlight mode, which I'll change to it now. And as you can see, this is almost an invisible light, meaning your hipfire accuracy is always going to stay buffed, without exposing yourself if you were to be using a laser or a light. And just like the X400, you still get that tight hipfire spread. And since we got the Raptor, the new rangefinder tactical device, I wanted to try it and see what modes it had and make sure it also gave an accuracy boost. And sure enough, it also has an IR searchlight and a laser, so yes, it does give an accuracy boost as well. So no matter what, you should be running one of these tactical devices on your gun, but if you want to be a little bit more discreet and take advantage of this IR searchlight while it's still available, make sure you run one with an IR searchlight and just keep it on at all times. This next one is commonly used by big streamers like Landmark and HyperRat, and basically it's just passive mag packing. And while you're doing other things like looting containers or rigs or bodies, all you're gonna do is pack a mag while you're doing it. For some reason, this doesn't cancel the animation, so you're able to do both at the same time. You used to be able to pack mag while healing or eating, but that cancels the mag packing now. So now you can do it while looting and searching things. It really does save you a lot of time in the long run. That way you don't just have to sit in a corner and pack all your mags at once. And as always, if this video is helping you out so far, consider giving it a like. It really does help my channel grow and it shows more people my videos. So thanks if you do. So a lot of times after a fight, you're probably gonna have to heal your limbs or have some sort of black limbs where you're gonna have to do surgery. This next one, mentioned by Squid Weirdo, is perfect for this. So instead of wasting time and doing surgery by itself, what you're gonna do is combo this up with looting the bodies. Now, you're gonna have more loot than just pockets in a tactical rig like this scav has, but if you're looting a large backpack, you're gonna save a ton of time while your guy does surgery and you're looting at the same time. Because we all know how long looting can take, and even just searching a large backpack, you could probably be done with one limb. On top of that, if you used a prop at all, you could be healing at the same time while looting, as you can see in my left leg right now. This really does save you a lot of time, but you just want to make sure the area is clear, because if you get caught in this animation, you're most likely going to die. This next one is very similar, mentioned by Jesus Christ in the comments. If you're ever searching a container and you try to right click an item to use it, it's gonna say can't open context menu while searching. So instead, all you have to do is open the item and click use all or use item. This way it bypasses that right click issue and it lets you use the item. It doesn't matter if it's medical items, it's drinks or food, it's still gonna search and you can still use the item at the same exact time. It's extremely useful. So guys, that's all the exploits I have for you today. I hope this was helpful and I hope you learned a little bit something new. And like I mentioned before, if you have any other good ones that you'd like to share, be sure to comment below and maybe we'll make another video soon. If you want to see me pop up on your feed a little bit more often, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys for watching and I'll see you in the next video.